Welcome to the podcasts of DiscoverGreece.com, where we give you all the travel inspiration you need to dream about and plan your next trip to Greece. Our podcasts are designed to add even greater depth and color to your holidays. We explore local traditions and culture, bring museums and archaeological sites to life, and we go to the source of the Mediterranean food and drink we all love so much. Most of all, we look for the stories of the people behind the travel experience. Think of our podcasts as a first glimpse of the memories you'll be taking home when you visit. Did you know that there is an island in the North Aegean that has everything you are looking for in a holiday destination? That island is Thassos. In Thassos, you will enjoy a combination of natural beauty, historical monuments, and rich cultural heritage. If you are looking for adventure, you can lose yourself in its forests and peaks. If you just want to relax, there are more than 25 beaches with golden sands and blue-green waters. If you are the type of traveler who loves both ancient and modern history, then you will be impressed with the archaeological sites and museums. And if you are a foodie, the island's culinary scene and local products will delight you. In just 45 minutes from Keramoti, near Kavala, and after feeding the countless seagulls that follow you on the ferry, you find yourself in the most remote part of the Thracian Sea, as they called this part of the North Aegean in antiquity. You have arrived at the island of green hills and blue waters, the Emerald Island, Thassos. The long history of Thassos, from antiquity to the present day, confirms its importance, which, due to its power and influence, was called the Athens of the North. Before the arrival of the first Greeks from the island of Paros, Thassos was inhabited by Thracians, the people of the region of Thrace in northern Greece. However, in the 7th century BC, an oracle from the Oracle of Delphi instructed the Parians to settle on Thassos and establish a city that would be visible from everywhere. This new city grew rapidly, gaining wealth and power. Soon, its inhabitants founded colonies on the coast of Macedonia and Thrace, such as Neapolis, which is today's Kavala, and Crinides, known today as the archaeological site of Philippi. This activity contributed to the economic and cultural development of the region. Rich in minerals and natural resources, such as the famous white marble of Thassos, known for its excellent quality, but also blessed with olive groves and beehives, Thassos was strategically located on a trade route that connected Asia Minor with central Greece. Indeed, the marble quarries located by the sea facilitated its transport to the then-known world. As you can imagine, all this power made the island a favorite target for conquerors and pirates. For visitors, the fascinating history of Thassos starts in Limenas, the capital, which was also the capital in ancient times. Remnants of the ancient world are spread out within the settlement, with archaeological sites that include the ancient agora and sanctuaries to numerous gods, Hercules, Dionysus, Artemis, and Poseidon, as well as a sanctuary to Pan. In the Archaeological Museum of Limenas, you will find a rich collection of exhibits, from monumental sculptures to elaborate ancient jewelry, found in excavations all over the island. Walking up to the island's Acropolis, you are greeted with a magnificent view of the city and the bay. You pass the ancient theatre, which is built in a natural hollow of the hill, and walking around Limenas, you come across the ruins of the ancient city's impressive walls, which were built to a height of 9 meters and used the whiter-than-white Thasian marble as their main material. Of course, Limenas also has its more modern side, with the central market, wonderful for strolling around, fish taverns, perfect for a delicious meze or post-swim lunch, and many cafes and bars where you can relax and have fun. And before you leave Limenas, if you are into folk history, at the eastern part of the harbour, you will find the Kalogiriko, which is a wonderful example of local 19th century architecture. It has a small but impressive folk collection, which is called the Thasian House, filled with authentic objects that take you on a journey through time, through old photographs of the daily life of locals, traditional textiles, sewing machines, garments, and the loom room. Finally, if you are looking for a cooling dip close to Limenas, just to the east you will find Makriamou, a blue flag awarded beach. And speaking of beaches, when it comes to magical waters, Thassos always comes out first when it comes to searches. From personal experience, I can confirm that the combination of the lush green landscape and vegetation with the colors of the sea, which plays between blue and emerald green, give the island the feeling of a Caribbean postcard. The question is, how much time you have to explore all of the island's beaches. One of the most popular beaches of Thassos is Χρυσή Αμμουδιά, or Golden Sand, with clear, shallow waters that are ideal for families with children and which is perfect for anyone looking for water sports, beach bars, and tavernas. Elsewhere on the island, Potos Beach, by the coastal settlement of the same name, offers you the same amenities, but also the choice of something more private, as from here you can hire a boat and take a boat trip to see another side of the island. And for a different experience and something a little more extreme in terms of water sports, Pefkari Beach should definitely be on your list, as there you will find a diving center and a windsurfing school. Let's now go to a place where the beauty of nature and the beaches there, as well as the history, place it among the must-do experiences of Thassos. In Aliki, or Alikes, there is a strip of land that divides the beach in two, where on one side you can walk through the ruins of an ancient settlement, and on the other you can enjoy swimming in the most stunning waters. Activity in this area of southern Thassos dates back to the 7th century BC. Indeed, this ancient trading port and settlement, the Kingdom of Aliki, flourished due to the export of Thasian marble and was dedicated to the Dioscuri, the protectors of sailors. Their names and wishes for a safe return are carved into the marble. In fact, on the backside of the peninsula, you will find the most important and oldest marble quarry on the island. Another reason why Aliki is important is the two early Christian basilicas and an ancient kouros found in excellent condition here in 1896. In the more cosmopolitan bay of Aliki, you can enjoy your beach day with sunbeds and tavernas along the coast. If you are looking for tranquility, the beaches of Paradise and Tripiti, surrounded by pine trees and turquoise waters, are the ideal choices to relax on. In fact, at Tripiti, you can combine your swim with fresh seafood and delicious Greek cuisine at Skalamaries or Limenaria. And since you're near Limenaria, another beach that offers a combination of clear emerald waters and history is Metalia, known for the ruins of an old mining factory that has given its name to the beach. Finally, at the top of the list of swimming spots in Thassos, unlike any other, are Saliara Beach and the famous Giola Lagoon. Saliara Beach, also known as Porto Vathi and Marble Beach, has white marble pebbles that reflect the light and give the waters an incredible turquoise color, creating a landscape of unique beauty. You need to negotiate a rough road to reach it, but the view and experience are worth the effort. Giola, one of the natural wonders of Thassos, is an impressive natural pool carved into the rocks near the village of Astrida, on the south side of the island. Getting there requires a short hike, but the view and feeling of swimming in this natural lagoon are 100% worth it. The point is that whether you like organized and popular beaches or more secluded and unspoiled ones, Thassos offers them generously. Of course, the beauty of Thassos does not end there, as the island is also known for its picturesque villages, each with its own unique charm and history. Limenaria, the second largest settlement of Thassos, is located in the south. It is a lively settlement with nightlife, seaside taverns, bars and shops. The most impressive site is the Palataki, an imposing building constructed in the early 20th century that was the administration headquarters of the German company that exploited the mines in the area. In fact, its mining warehouses are now home to the Cultural Association of Kastri, which has created a small folklore museum. Its collection includes wonderful samples of the local tradition and culture of Thassos, such as women's uniforms, embroidery, textiles, household utensils, tools from traditional professions, and instruments used during the early period of operation of the mines in the area. Panagia is one of the oldest villages of Thassos, built amphitheatrically on the slopes of Mount Ipsarion. The village retains its traditional architecture with stone houses and narrow streets. You can taste local delicacies in the tavernas and visit the Church of the Virgin Mary, known for its excellent frescoes. The festival of the 15th of August, also known as the Easter of Summer, takes place in the village's narrow streets, with the transfer of the icon of the Virgin Mary taking center stage, followed by plenty of food and feasting. If you're looking for something else to do, the Sotirellis olive oil mill is a traditional olive press that has been producing oil for 4 generations and also operates as a museum. You will learn all about the process of producing olive oil using the traditional method. Theologos, in the central part of the island, is a historic village with traditional Macedonian architecture. Built among green hills, it offers a wonderful view and a peaceful atmosphere. There is a folklore museum in the village with rooms designed to depict a traditional Thassos house. The living room and fireplace, the low table and cushions all around, the couple's room and bed, the ornamental chest and woven bed linen, as well as another room dedicated to household crafts and weaving with a loom and other tools. If you like the idea of a footpath that leads to waterfalls, then the one that takes you to Kefalogouna on the outskirts of the village and its waterfalls will impress you. The streams of the surrounding area and the water from the spring of Agia Vasiliki create 2 waterfalls that flow into a natural lake that invites you to dive in and enjoy the coolness. Potamia, on the slopes of Mount Ipsarion, is a village with rich vegetation and abundant running water. The village is known for the museum of the sculptor Polygnotos Vagis, a famous Thasian artist. You can enjoy nature hikes or combine your time in the village with a visit to nearby beaches like Golden Sand. Mikros and Megalos Prinos, also known as Kazaviti, is a beautiful settlement on the slopes of a hill. Actually, it is 2 villages and you can start your exploration from the larger of the 2, Megalo means big in Greek, which is a beautiful settlement, eventually emerging at Mikro or Little Kazaviti, tucked away in a green valley surrounded by hills. Its name comes from the Latin words casa or house and vitis, which means vine. So, it's no coincidence that it produces its own wine. It hides mansion houses, old churches, and unique architecture combined with the tranquility and idyllic nature. The tavernas and places to stay are the definition of authenticity, making Kazaviti a favorite place to visit in Thassos. Finally, among the villages, Kastro is an isolated settlement built at an altitude of 600 meters in the mountains of Thassos. It has a history dating back to the Middle Ages, when it offered shelter to the island's inhabitants from pirate raids. Today, it retains its authentic charm with its cobbled streets and stone houses. In my opinion, this is where you will find the best views in Thassos. If this doesn't convince you, there is one more reason to go to Kastro, and that is Mr Kostas, who you will find at the cafe in the village square. But to have a tsipouraki, which is a traditional distillate similar to raki, or whatever drink you prefer, you first have to solve his riddles. If you're not good at riddles, like me, you can just sit in the village square and enjoy the shade and the singing of the cicadas. The landscape of Thassos is diverse, with dense forests covering a large part of the island. Pine, olive, ash, plane, and fir trees combine to create a lush green setting ideal for hiking and exploring. Mount Ipsarion is the highest mountain of Thassos, reaching 1,204 meters. Climbing to the top is always popular with hiking enthusiasts. The route offers stunning views of the entire island and the Aegean Sea. Another must-do activity is visiting the Mariès waterfalls, one of the gems of Thassos. They are located near the village of the same name and are the perfect place for you to enjoy a peaceful walk in nature. The waterfalls and the lake of Mariès are a breath of fresh air on hot summer days, as you can cool off in the natural pools and relax amid the greenery and beauty of the landscape. Thassos is an inspiring destination. It clears your mind with its dense forests, hills, slopes, and valleys, calms you with its clear waters, grounds you with its golden sand, and brings you closer to Greece through a table full of authentic flavors, traditions, and culture. The local products of Thassos are the emotion of the place and give a touch of premium gastronomy to every dish. The place is full of gold, from the PDO olives and olive oil, which is distinguished for its quality, its aroma, its characteristic greenish-yellow color, as well as its delicate taste, to the honey with its delightful flavor and wonderful texture. Local wines and tsipouro, spoon sweets, and the freshest seafood complete the culinary palette of the island. Just before we come to the end of this guide to Thassos, there is an experience for art lovers, like me, who for years wanted to meet Mr Kostas Chrysogelos, the only potter on Thassos. Next to the sea, in Limenas, there is a small street that leads to a beach and the workshop of Mr Kostas, which you can't help but recognize. Outside, it says Kostas Pottery, and when you enter, you will understand that you have discovered a hidden gem. All sorts of clay objects, jugs, platters, vases, plates, decorations, mugs and more are made by him on his foot-powered wheel, just like his grandfather, who moved to Thassos with other potters from the island of Sifnos in 1908. Mr Kostas' love of ceramics is touching, and it is truly an unforgettable experience to hear him talk about his art. Somewhere here, this guide to the magical island of Thassos has come to an end. Thassos is waiting for you and has made sure you will have everything when you visit. Greenery in its mountains, long shadows under its trees, coolness from its waterfalls and lakes, relaxation in its crystal-clear waters, Greek cuisine at its best, a dive into history and culture, and summer nights in its villages and settlements. Exactly what you are looking for in a destination. Everything. This episode of DiscoverGreece.com's podcasts is sponsored by the Tourism Partnership for Kavala and Thassos. This is where we say goodbye. and hope that you enjoyed this episode of DiscoverGreece.com's podcasts. If you want to hear more stories from around Greece, follow us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. See you soon!